The train lurched violently, the sickening screech of metal on metal echoing across the Dutch countryside. It was just past 9 in the morning on May 23, 1977. Near the village of De Punt, the ordinary morning commute transformed into a scene of terror. 9 armed men, their faces grim, stormed the aisles of the train. They were Moluccan nationalists, and they had a score to settle. More than 50 passengers, ordinary people on their way to work or school, were now trapped in a steel cage, hostages in a conflict that was not their own. The Netherlands, a nation known for its tulips and windmills, was suddenly thrust onto the world stage, held captive to the desperation of a forgotten people. The hijackers, young and fueled by a potent mixture of anger and idealism, barked orders at the terrified passengers. Their demands were stark: freedom for their people, recognition of their cause, and a reckoning with the ghosts of a broken promise. The world watched, holding its breath, as a sleepy corner of Europe became a crucible of fear and uncertainty. The Moluccans, fierce warriors who had once fought alongside Dutch forces, felt betrayed. They had been promised an independent homeland, the Republic of South Moluccan, in the chaos following World War II. Instead, they were exiled to a cold and unwelcoming Netherlands, herded into camps, their dreams of self-determination fading with each passing season. Their children grew up strangers in a strange land, their parents' tales of a tropical homeland sounding more like myth than memory. The hijacking was not an isolated act of madness. It was the culmination of years of simmering resentment, a desperate cry for attention from a people who felt invisible. The Dutch government, caught off guard by the brazen attack, scrambled to respond. They knew the stakes were high, failure was not an option, the world was watching, and the lives of innocent people hung precariously in the balance. Days bled into nights. The hostages, crammed into the sweltering train carriages, lived in a haze of fear and uncertainty. The relentless Dutch summer beat down on the metal roof, turning the train into an oven. Food and water ran low. Sanitation became a luxury. Whispers of hope, fueled by sporadic contact with the outside world, were quickly extinguished by the grim reality of their situation. The hijackers, their young faces etched with fatigue and the burden of their actions, paced the aisles. They were resolute, their desperation palpable. Outside, the Dutch government engaged in a tense waiting game. Negotiators worked tirelessly, trying to reason with the hijackers to find a peaceful solution to an impossible situation. But the chasm between the two sides seemed insurmountable. The Moluccans, fueled by their righteous anger, were prepared to die for their cause. The Dutch government, acutely aware of the human cost of failure, was running out of time. Section 4. Storming the Iron Fortress, the Raid and its Aftermath. On June 11th, after 20 agonizing days, the stalemate shattered. The roar of fighter jets ripped through the tense silence, a deafening prelude to the storm. Dutch Marines, their faces hardened by years of training, stormed the train in a hail of gunfire. The hijackers, outgunned and outmaneuvered, fought back with the ferocity of cornered animals. The raid, a desperate gamble to save lives, came at a terrible cost. 6 hijackers lay dead, cut down in a barrage of bullets. 2 hostages, caught in the crossfire, also perished, their lives tragically intertwined with a conflict they never chose. The nation breathed a collective sigh of relief, but it was a victory tinged with sorrow. Section 5. Scars of Freedom, the Unending Siege. The hijacking at De Punt, a small village in a quiet corner of the Netherlands, left an indelible mark on the Dutch psyche. It was a stark reminder that even in the most peaceful of nations, the echoes of past injustices can reverberate for generations. The surviving hostages, forever scarred by their ordeal, struggled to piece their lives back together. The Moluccan community, their grievances still raw, grappled with the aftermath of the failed uprising. The raid, though deemed a tactical success, ignited a firestorm of controversy. Questions lingered about the use of force, the loss of innocent lives, and the heavy hand of government. The ghosts of De Punt continue to haunt the Netherlands, a chilling reminder of the human cost of unresolved conflict and the enduring power of the human spirit, in both its capacity for hope and its potential for despair.